Open up the door, it's Dave!
Who?
Dave! D-A-V-E!
Dave?
Right, man, Dave.
Dave's not here!
Earlier this week, Apple had their Worldwide Developer Conference. Now, this is one of those things that I watch with some rapt attention. I really enjoy seeing what things Apple is putting to the forefront. Other companies do it, but Apple has a panache with the way they put together their very scripted shows, and they talk about all the new developments and things they're working on. So I was looking forward to hearing something about Apple CarPlay and what they were planning to do. But unfortunately, they didn't talk about it this year. They didn't even bring it up as one of their main topics. It was sort of embedded within one of the iOS discussions, but they didn't really talk about CarPlay specifically. Now, last year, they talked about Apple CarPlay in pretty great detail. Let me play for you a clip from that from last year.
CarPlay is the smarter, safer way to use your iPhone in the car and has fundamentally changed the way people interact with their vehicles. It's available on over 98% of cars in the US. What's more, 79% of US buyers would only consider a car that works with CarPlay. It's a must-have feature when shopping for a new vehicle. Our users love CarPlay. It gives them an easy way to use apps in the car, using the familiar UI from their iPhone. But cars have changed a lot, with larger size screens and more of them throughout the car. There's an opportunity for iPhone to play an even more important role. We've been working with automakers to reinvent the in-car experience across all of the driver's screens. Let's take a sneak peek at this next generation of CarPlay.
Feel the heat, yeah. 1,000,000 miles a second in the front seat. Automatic, telepathic, yeah, you better fight. To the right, information will be automatic. Automatic.
There's so much to explore here. Let's take a closer look. This next generation of CarPlay provides content for all the driver's screens, giving an experience that is unified and consistent. It's the very best of both your car and your iPhone, and it goes beyond what you can do with CarPlay today. Deep integration with the car's hardware lets you tune your car's radio or change your temperature without ever leaving the CarPlay experience. It also includes widgets powered by your iPhone that fit your screens perfectly. They can live front and center in the gauge cluster as well, giving you information at a glance. In fact, this next generation of CarPlay powers your entire instrument cluster. To do this, your iPhone communicates with your vehicle's real-time systems in an on-device, privacy-friendly way, showing all of your driving information like speed, RPMs, fuel level, temperature, and more. And no matter what type of unique screen shapes or layouts you may have, this next generation of CarPlay feels like it was made specifically for your car. We're also excited to give you the ability to make the core of the driving experience unique to you. We carefully crafted instrument cluster options ranging from the modern to the traditional that use different colors, dial treatments, backgrounds, and layouts to provide various looks and feels. You can choose different curated themes and styles for your gauges. And automakers from around the world are excited to bring this new vision of CarPlay to customers. This is just a taste of what the next generation of CarPlay will bring. Vehicles will start to be announced late next year, and we can't wait to show you more further down the road.
And why I find this interesting is because listen to what she's saying. They want to embed into a car. They want to be the software company for cars. They want to create the software that would actually run the cars, where the cars are the functional things. If you think about the way that car companies, traditional car companies, think about software, it's sort of an afterthought. And I know someone posted a comment to one of my videos, yeah, car companies making software, that's laughable. And that's absolutely right. And that's why I think the whole Apple discussion is kind of interesting, because they're talking about actually embedding themselves and ingraining themselves into the software of the car to take over. So you get real-time information about your car that's through CarPlay, that's not through the software that the car company created. So some car companies have partnered with Apple and think this is a really good idea and think that it's a tremendously positive thing that will help them develop their software a little more efficiently. Other car companies, though, are more afraid of it because they're spending time to develop something they think will be the next great thing, though they really don't know what they're doing. The exception somewhere along the way is Tesla, and there are some other ones like it, where the software is an integrated part of the car and it's a little bit different. And I would suspect that's the main reason that Tesla doesn't want to have Apple CarPlay as a part of what they build. They don't want someone taking over what they've done. They've integrated everything pretty thoroughly and they've done a really nice job, and they don't want Apple coming along and redoing their software and changing the way it works. They are very satisfied with what it is. Now, there are some workarounds and hacks to get you Apple CarPlay on your car, but in general, most people won't follow that because it's a little bit complicated to make it work. But if you look at the big picture, I think that's where it's all going. You're going to have these software companies that'll be controlling cars. So Apple could take over the functionality of your car and make it very different than what the car company had in mind. And in some cases, that would be great. But in other cases where the software company really is the car company and they've done something pretty dramatic, that won't be the case. So I just find it really interesting, and I understand now why some car companies are afraid of Apple's CarPlay, because they've created all these controls and things, and they want to be in control of it, and they want to sell you subscriptions and yada, yada, yada. They don't want Apple to take over. And that's the story.
What's your point, David?